The News Hour at 10, co-powered by Siska, Light Years Ahead, Rajasthan Tourism and HP Racer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What we are about to show you in just a short while from now is an absolute betrayal of your trust. From Karnataka to New Delhi, from skipping legislative work to failing India's farmers, Netas completely oblivious of their basic job. Their representation of us, the reason why we voted them in that place, into that chair. Despite Times Now's relentless coverage, the attendance in the Karnataka Assembly dropped to an abysmal level of just 13% today. Is this what you voted for? Isn't it time for India to punish these netas who want to bunk work at your cost?
They won't attend assembly sessions. They won't stand up for farmers. And they won't even maintain probity in Parliament. Absolute disregard for the faith that you showed while electing them to power. One session of the Karnataka Assembly costs approximately 3 crore rupees. But if you think netas care, you are highly mistaken.
Ever since the winter session of the Karnataka legislature began in Belagavi, the attendance has not crossed 40%, and on day 6 it was at abysmal 13%. What's surprising is that important issues need to be discussed, important bills need to be tabled, and even then it seems like the priority of the legislators here seem to be something else. Now we'll have to really wait and watch in the next few days. Will we see an improvement? Because crores of rupees is being spent just to ensure that the legislators have a luxury stay, good food to eat, and also travel costs, and all of this at the taxpayers' money. While they do go out there and ask the people for their votes while the elections come up, why aren't they really doing their duty? Why aren't they really attending these sessions is a question on the minds of the voters across the state. We'll really have to wait and watch. With important bills coming up, will they really make their presence felt in both the houses?
The missing netas phenomena not limited to the Karnataka Assembly alone. MP's attendance in Lok Sabha also dismal.
From last 2 weeks, what the session is going on here, attendance is too shortage. So from our colleagues also, they're telling somebody they participate in the opening the function of temple and other they participating, but it's not right. We have to discuss the issues about our constituency. We have to solve these issues. So we have to give importance.
पहले से भी कम लोग आते हैं. बार बार सीएम साहब, स्पीकर साहब बोल रहे हैं ज्यादा लोग अटेंड होना चाहिए, हिस्सा लेना चाहिए. देख लेंगे आज से सेकंड वीक से चालू हो रहा है, ज्यादा लोग हिस्सा लेते हैं, आशा करते हैं हम.
They have a problem if their VVIP status is questioned. They raise a storm if their privileges are threatened. But when it comes to doing their duty, they fail miserably. Times Now asks, aren't these netas taking voters for granted by skipping legislative work? And shouldn't they be made to answer for betraying the Aam Aadmi? With Deepak and Imran in Bengaluru, Hardeep Tuggal, Times Now.
Tonight, the debate on the News Hour at 10. Did you vote for this apathy? The debate on the News Hour at 10:30. Netas bow to votes, rights. You're watching the News Hour at 10. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Our guests as we debate, and we'll put out the facts one by one here on the News Hour. Amit Malviya, spokesperson of the BJP, Tanveer Ahmed, spokesperson of the JDS, Nawab Malik, chief spokesperson of the NCP, C. Rajashekharan, lawyer with us, and Dr. Subhi Chaturvedi, who's an activist. Good evening to all of you, and this is what we are demanding on the News Hour tonight. Missing Netas is the hashtag. We demand our missing Netas back into the legislative temples of democracy to do the job they've been elected for. And these are the demands we're putting out. Greater accountability from our Netas is what we want. And under the subheaders, something which is radical, a commitment from political parties. Forget them making a law in parliament. We want political parties, when they come to us for our votes, to make a commitment. Will they put it on the front page of their manifesto? That's what we are asking. Minimum 75% attendance from all those netas who are elected from their party. Irrespective of state, irrespective of municipal council, irrespective of which house they represent in parliament. Can they give us that commitment? We want that commitment. Rule across MLCs, like I said, MLAs and MPs. Netas with less than 75% will renege all their pay. Will they do that? That's the next point. And then regulation that makes 75% attendance mandatory. So that's the next step. Will you pass a rule and a regulation which makes 75% mandatory? And the right to recall netas with poor attendance records and poor performance. If they don't represent us and if they don't ask our questions, we should get the right to recall them. That is something which we want our netas to promise. No attendance, no vote. Gujarat is going to polls. Himachal has already voted. There are other states that will go to polls. Let's make this mandatory. Because we are not paying taxes for them to splurge. Plain and simple. And I have some very tall leaders as we open this up, and the numbers from them are abysmal. Abysmal, shocking. Across party lines. And we're looking, I'm just looking at this graphic here, which has been made. We'll put this out as we open up the debate. Mehbooba Mufti, attendance is 35%. Dimple Yadav, attendance is 34%. Shibu Soren, attendance 34%. Abhishek Banerjee, attendance 33%. Vittalbhai Radadia, Robin Hood Radadia, 19%. 19%. SPY Reddy, 15%. Muzaffar Hussain Beg, 11%. And Captain Amrinder Singh, 6%. These are the numbers. Captain Amrinder Singh is 6%. Now, let's ask. Prahlad Joshi from Dharwad. We're taking your calls live. We are asking the people to speak up. Subhi Chaturvedi. Let's take our first viewer. Let's open with the Aam Aadmi because it is about us, our demand tonight. Good evening, Prahlad. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello. See, attendance...
Prahlad, speak up. Go ahead, please. You're on air.
Yeah. Attendance in colleges for students is compulsory as 75%. And if they don't have that, they are not allowed to take the examination. So why these MLAs should be allowed to contest elections if they have not attended 75% during their tenure? They must be barred from contesting elections.
High five. Big high five to you. Big high five to you. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. I think all our viewers will agree with you. Seriously. Salute. Let's make this mandatory. Let all netas hear this. Attendance poor, to election ka ticket nahi milega. Mandatory. Subhi Chaturvedi, you agree? Let's start demanding all of this. Otherwise, they will start abusing us for a cup of tea.
Absolutely.
They will push people who want to take a picture with them. They will want privileges, protocol officers. Give us attendance.
This is music to my ears, Anand. I think we're raising some very, very important points tonight. Like the gentleman just said, I'm a former professor of the university. We've held students back. They've had to sacrifice a year. So it's only fair that the job that they've been asked to do, we've elected them to be in the parliament, to be in the assembly, to represent their constituency, and to ask the tough questions, to hold the government, whether they're part of the government, to hold their own parties accountable. And you absolutely cannot do that that if you're missing in action. So whether it's breach of privileges, whether it is their ability to walk out of the parliament at will, to be on an all expenses paid trips for education tours or foreign tours, and for all the benefits that this country accords to them through taxpayers' money. All that we're asking for is you be present in the parliament, you raise the questions which you're supposed to ask, and if not, then we want an assurance across all political parties, because it's not just an issue which plagues a party. We want you to put this right up in the election manifesto, and when you're looking at giving tickets away, which is really important now since the election season is back, you have to assure us that you will look at their record of attendance. Not just that, you cannot be in the assembly and sleep through the session. You also need to tell us how many questions you're asking, what are the issues that you're raising. So all very valid and extremely important points you're raising tonight, Anand.
Yes, I've got another caller from Una. Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Sir. I would like to ask them that
Good evening.
We get biometrics for our jobs. They don't come for the days. They deduct our salaries if we don't have the proper biometric attendance. What about them? We being the professionals here, we being serving the people here, what about them? They're the politicians. They are people who have assigned duties. We are serving, why can't they? We are serving in thousands. They're getting lakhs.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
Get, we don't get...
Sir, उनका काम law बनाना है, पर अपने खिलाफ कैसे law बनाएंगे? How will they make... If I'm not wrong, I think this is Vatsal Shah, because he's put this out on Twitter. There has to be a biometric attendance system in Parliament. Those MPs who do not attend Parliament proceedings at least 80% in the year should be fired, with the condition that they can't be MP again. People are speaking up tonight, and there is an anger here. There is an anger here saying, yeah, why we can't do anything about them. Why can't we hold them accountable? And I'm putting out simple solutions tonight on the news. Jitendra Khurana says a student needs minimum attendance to pass, a peon needs minimum qualification, but no such bars for MP, MLAs, even no age limit or health clearance. They come with a begging bowl during elections and then think they rule over us. That is another person who's saying this. In a way, we'll have to find a new Prime Minister very soon. Forget about Parliament. He's not even seeing 50% of the time in India, is what Inderdeep Khurana has to say. But I'll have to say, go with the numbers, and the numbers say a different story altogether, Mr. Inderdeep Khurana, and not just perception. But our next caller with us, good evening, go ahead please.
Sir, I'm Sanjay from Bangalore.
Sanjay Mittal, ji, please turn down the volume of your television. Haji. Namaskar, go ahead please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask to the JDS member. The Bangalore city is gone to junks now. The roads are in apathy. The traffic is in apathy. Now they have moved the Vidhan Soda from Bangalore to Belgavi. What was the use? They could have done it in Bangalore itself. Now they are coming up with an air ambulance. That will not be an air ambulance, but that will be only for this VVIP only. Why don't they travel in the road so that they can know what the common people is going on? All taxpayers' money is going off to these junkets, and nothing is going to the public. No welfare schemes are there for the public. They are only concerned with their own VVIP treatments. If a person becomes a corporate or MLA, he just becomes the king of the country. That's it. I just wanted to say this
yes, they think they are the rulers, not the elected public representatives. Thank you, Sanjay Mittal. Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking out. Now, Tanveer Ahmed, good evening. As I come across to you, sir, there is a lot of flack and perception about what netas are doing. We are talking about the facts in terms of the attendance today, and thereafter what commitment political parties can give. From Involve.in, some of our viewers again, voice to the Aam Aadmi on the news hour, priority to them today. Vikas Mishra from Kolkata, Rahul will be president, only a PR, nothing else. That's the debate number 1 that's been carrying forward into this one. Yogi Bear says no work, no pay, and no MLA lard for 1 whole year. Then there is also, it says in Karnataka, kindly read carefully the writing on the Vidhana Sauda. Sarkarada Kelsa, Devara Kelsa. This says it all. That's what another viewer is saying here. Yogi Bear has written that too. Then people are responsible for missing netas, because netas know people want everything free, so they give sops on public money. Rest of the MLAs who are writing diary entries, chhat ke niche, ped ke niche, tallying entry. How will they attend the house, says Srinivasan from Bengaluru. A bill should be passed in Parliament if netas don't work, no pay. Agnel Pereira opening up the debate. Agnel Pereira, how will they pass a law against themselves? Tanveer Ahmed, let's start with you, sir.
And to start with, let me just tell you that every MLA and MP is duty bound to attend. For any reason, they can't really miss the assembly, they can't really miss the parliament, because you elect them to go ask questions. That one part of it. On behalf of my party, without any shame, let me just apologize for the attendance, which was less in numbers. But that really raises one important question. When we ask a question, somebody from the ruling class, the ruling government from Congress, have to be there to answer. All the ministers are absent, the chief minister is absent, and we have been asking this question for relentlessly for 4.5 years on various topics, various issues. The Congress government has absolutely taken no account of our questions. And here, today in this session, they have allotted 100 crores for advertisement for next 2 months. I mean, there has to be an heights, on behalf of my party, to the entire people who are watching.
But the JDS MLAs were not present there to oppose it.
Any doubt,
Tanveer Ahmed,
I'd like to apologize. Sorry? No,
what I'm saying is, along with the apology, Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, why can't you start? No. What is the JDS strength is 44, correct me if I'm wrong. Where were the 44 MLAs? Why were they not present in the House to corner the Congress? Why were they not there? Don't they represent their constituencies? Don't they have queries to ask? Don't they have questions to raise? My point is, Tanveer Ahmed, will you promise today? Will you promise today, Karnataka goes to polls in less than a year. I'm saying, will you as a party, can you promise today that you will put it in your manifesto a commitment of minimum 75% attendance from all those who get elected from the JDS? Can you commit?
Very good. Anand, I would not promise, but I would pass on this message to the president of the party and to the national president, the former prime minister. I promise you, I would give it in writing, saying that this is what the people of India would like to have in our party manifesto. And next time, if at all this has been approved, I would come and announce it on your channel. But however, I would definitely send it as request.
If the JDS confirms, we will headline it.
I would definitely send it.
Tanveer Ahmed, through the course of the news hour tonight, or through the course of this week, the moment the JDS confirms, we will headline it. And I am giving you that commitment on the news hour tonight. But we would like a commitment from political parties. That's what the Aam Aadmi wants. Let's ask Mr. Amit Malviya, national spokesperson of the BJP. Will you run a poll? Will the BJP IT cell run a poll saying should it be 75% or 80%? Will you put the voice of the people? Will you put it on your app, sir? How much of attendance commitment do you want from our netas?
No, absolutely, Anand, and I couldn't agree more with you and the voices that have appeared on your television. I think there is a serious lack of understanding amongst our elected representatives that legislative business is an important part of the political process. And I think this is not just a problem that afflicts the Assembly of Karnataka, although the images that you showed were shocking. I think it spans across the political spectrum, and it's about time that we reinstate the parliamentary traditions, the legislative traditions that this country has seen over the last many years, when very eminent people represented the people of this country and they used to debate ideas, policies and legislations in parliaments and assemblies. So that is very, very important. Now, coming to the second point about making it compulsory or putting a sort of penalty for those who do not attend the parliament or the assembly. It's a great idea. I think there is a need to have a consensus. I cannot commit to you, obviously, because this involves elected representatives and they have their own privileges. It needs to be studied. But let me tell your viewers that every time elected representative does not attend the assembly,
Amit Malviya,
he loses.
Amit Malviya, you skirted my question. You skirted my question. Before you come to punishment, I want commitment. Can the BJP commit 75% attendance from their elected representatives across municipal council, assemblies and the house, that is the upper house and the lower house? Can you commit that, sir? Will you run a poll and a referendum whether the percentage should be 75%, 80 or 85? Because some of our viewers want 85% attendance. I'm saying, where is the commitment?
Anand, even if I would...
Rule to aap nahi banayenge. Commitment to de de.
Even if I were to say in the affirmative, what I'm trying to highlight is that these are matters that are governed by the People's Representative Act, and there are privileges that the parliamentarians and the MLAs enjoy. It is not for one party to take a call on it and announce on your television show.
Sir, do we get privileges as students? Do we get privileges as students if we fail in our attendance commitment?
No,
do we get privileges as employees?
Look,
do we get privileges as public servants? We don't get. We don't. But why are the privileges of the netas so sacrosanct that accountability takes a backseat? Sir, I'm just asking a question. I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying, why haven't political parties come forward with a mandate saying we are ready to take it on? Nawab Malik, please tell me, sir, is it wrong for the Aam Aadmi to demand attendance? Basic thing.
You have to allow me to answer to that. If you just give me 30 seconds.
Ji.
Anand, the point is that if we want to have a serious discussion, look, if we want to have a serious discussion and reach a conclusive point of agreement, then we cannot trivialize this debate. The fact remains that there are serious issues that need to be addressed. If at all, the suggestions that have been coming on your program have to be incorporated and made binding on the legislators. Let's look at the thing. But I do agree with you, and I agree with everybody on your program who said that we need to have minimum attendance, we need to have our elected representative take on their legislative business seriously. But let's look at the complications that come with it. Otherwise, I completely agree with you. Every elected representative should be at least in the House for 75% of the time.
Sir,
but it's not for a party to unilaterally announce on a television debate.
I circumvented the rule. No, because a party can take a commitment on behalf of its worker, because every person, every neta who becomes an elected representative is first the karyakarta of the party. The party can suo moto take cognizance and punish those people who are found short on attendance.
Absolutely.
But we as public cannot punish netas because the privilege clauses come into play.
Well,
so that is why I'm asking you, as a party, can you commit? That's what. Nawab Malik.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anand, I have to tell you this. The Prime Minister, no less than the Prime Minister,
let me bring in our two other guests who have not...
Our parliamentarians, if they were not...
No, sir.
Mr. Malviya.
That we've already demonstrated.
Now let Mr. Nawab Malik speak. Yeah.
Anand.
Sir, the Prime Minister has pulled up, but who is going to pull up B.S. Yediyurappa? Because about 40 odd MLAs of the BJP were also not present, all of them for the 6 days. They have not been present. So let's see who will pull them up. Yes, Mr. Nawab Malik.
See, Anand, first of all, I want to congratulate you that you had raised a valid point in the country. In other democratic setup, the performance on the floor of House is counted. Here in the country, what you are doing in assemblies of parliament, that is not counted. What you are doing in your constituency, how you are obliging the people, it's matter. This is the system in the country. I agree what you demand. It should be mandatory that minimum 80% attendance of a legislature or a parliamentarian or a corporator must. If Bharatiya Janata Party is in ruling, if they want to amend the Public Representative Act, they can bring a bill. We will definitely support this agenda. Without attending the assemblies, parliament, how can they raise the issue on the floor of the House? while a bill is cleared, if a member of parliament or a member of assembly is not there, if it is an anti-people bill, then how he is representing the people of the country or the state? So it should be mandatory that minimum 80% attendance should be there. But attendance should not be counted. Some neta will go and sign the muster and go back to his home. He must be present on the floor of the house, on the chair. This should be measured. Otherwise, people will go sign the muster.
That's what viewers are saying.
Calculated. The method should be created. That
no, sir. You know what people are saying, sir. Mr. Nawab Malik, they know कि ये register पे sign करके चले जाते हैं. कई लोग proxy भी मारते हैं. What they are saying is the biometric should be at the desk. The biometric should be inside the assembly. There should be a biometric confirmation. Nawab Malik, that is what viewers are saying. कि नेताओं से biometrics कराओ, उनको कैमरा में कैद करो, and minimum, and they should ask a minimum of 3 to 5 questions for their constituency. सवाल नहीं पूछेगा तो भी वोट नहीं मिलेगा, तो भी कैंडिडेट नहीं बनेगा. But the point is, which party will commit as part of their manifesto that they make attendance mandatory even before a law is made? No party will commit. That's what's the point. Sir, I'll come back to you in just a bit. Sir, I'll come back. One more round we'll try and do. I'm just bringing in C. Rajashekharan. Sorry, sir. I'll just bring in C. Rajashekharan and I'll come back to you. Yes, C. Rajashekharan. But the NCP says it will back the BJP for 80% attendance and an amendment to the Representation of People's Act. That's one headline. Yes, C. Rajashekharan.
Anand, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you and Times Now for responding to the people's wishes and also highlighting this issue in the public space. But the fact of the matter is, there are
congratulations,
MLAs
don't need congratulations. Give me solution.
No, I'll tell you. See, there are many MLAs and member of parliaments who don't even go to the house because previously, earlier days, politics was service to the people. But today, it has become a commercial venture. It has become a commercial place to earn money for their livelihood. It is no longer a service. So you can witness so many raids are being conducted on politicians and so many other places throughout the country. So nowadays people are angered.
Don't circumvent. I am asking you, what can we do before a rule is made? Before the legislators pass a rule, pass a law which could take another decade or two, because nobody will pass a law that makes them accountable. In that everybody will gang up.
Anand.
They will all talk about their privileges, but they will not talk about probity and their responsibility to the people. I am asking you, should we not ask political parties to make attendance mandatory? Political parties can do that. Mr. Nawab Malik, can they not do that, sir? I'm going to go back to Amit Malviya after this.
No, I'll tell you.
Mr. Nawab Malik, can they not do that?
See, always.
Will the NCP commit ahead of the Gujarat elections? उनका कोई भी चुन के आएगा, उसका attendance at least 80% होगा in the Gujarat Assembly.
Always you see, always in the assemblies in Maharashtra or our parliamentarian, most of them are sitting in the house. They participate in the function, the proceeding of the parliament and the assemblies. We always compel everybody should attend the house and they must sit during the discussion, during the question hour, during the every procedure of the house. And most of our MLAs, most of our MPs are getting best MLAs, MPs award in parliament and assemblies.
Right, Amit Malviya, before the voter casts the vote, beyond Padmavati, will you look at attendance and accountability? Will you make a promise there?
To come in here, I just have a few questions for Mr. Malviya.
Well, most certainly, Anand, and I think some of the suggestions that have come forward about having biometrics and having in-camera proceedings and so on and so forth, those are fantastic ideas and they must be implemented. But please understand, we have a Lok Sabha TV. Similarly, we have a Rajya Sabha TV. Most proceedings are, relayed live. Yet we have a problem of absenteeism. Now, there is something more.
All the TVs only show ruckus, they show dissent, they show disruption, and they also show lack of attendance, but they show no accountability, because we cannot hold them accountable. The moment we ask questions, they start asking about privileges and raising the privileges to MPs and MLAs. So we are saying political parties take responsibility. Political parties start making them accountable. Shubhi Chaturvedi, I'm sorry, I have to wind up. I have limited time. We're going to wind up with these big questions and see whether these stand answered. So far, only the NCP has come out with some form of commitment. Will political parties commit to a minimum of 75% attendance by their elected netas in their manifesto? Should we not demand that? Should we not look for it? If it is absent, then how do we know they hold themselves accountable? Should the Aam Aadmi demand commitment from every candidate with the promise displayed at the booth level? बड़े-बड़े पोस्टर लगाते हैं अपने, let them put there, मैं minimum 80% attendance promise करता हूँ. Will they say that? या करती हूँ. Should India refuse to vote for any party or candidate that refuses to commit to 75% attendance? Think about it. We join you with the Padmavati Purge in just 2 minutes. I thank our panelists for joining us on debate number 1 on News Hour at 10.